All right, let's try something. For a minute, just forget all the noise. Forget the crazy headlines, the scams, the insane volatility. If you can look past all of that, you'll see the tectonic plates of our entire financial world starting to shift. In this explainer, we're going to dig into the real, long-term vision for crypto, all the way from the messy reality of today to its potential sci-fi endgame. You know this quote from William Gibson? It absolutely nails crypto's journey so far. This future didn't just show up overnight in some big bang. Nope, it started out super quietly back in 2009 with this little experiment called Bitcoin. Then, it took a huge leap in 2015 with Ethereum. So what we're seeing now isn't something brand new, it's just that same future starting to become a much, much bigger piece of our world. So what's really at the heart of this whole movement? Well, it's a massive fundamental shift. We're moving away from an era of centralized trust, where we have to trust institutions like banks and governments, to an era of what you could call decentralized truth, a world built on verifiable code and pure mathematics. We're basically going from trusting people to trusting open, transparent systems that anyone, and I mean anyone, can check for themselves. Okay, to make sense of this whole journey, we're going to look at it across 3 different horizons. First, we'll start with the near future, the next 1 to 3 years, where things start to feel, well, normal. Then we'll jump ahead to the mid-future, where the tech itself just kind of disappears into the background. And finally, we're going to explore the far future, where this technology could literally reshape global power. So first up, the near future. I like to call it the Great Normalization. For the last decade or so, crypto has been seen as this rebellious, super volatile, maybe even dangerous thing. But in the next few years, get ready for it to become, well, boring. And trust me, boring is a fantastic sign. It's a sign that it's finally maturing and reaching a massive scale. And this normalization, it's not some far-off prediction. It is happening right now as we speak. You've got Wall Street pouring in through Bitcoin ETFs, which is helping to finally tame those wild price swings. The whole Wild West vibe is ending as regulators are starting to lay down some clear rules of the road. And all the while, stablecoins are quietly becoming the invisible plumbing for finance, letting money zip around instantly, 24/7, even on a Sunday night. Pretty soon, the tech itself is just going to fade away. We won't say NFT art, we'll just call it digital art. This whole situation leads to probably the best analogy for this new era, the crypto mullet. Yeah, you heard me right. Up front, you've got the business, the clean-cut, compliant, regulated side of crypto that's safe enough for Wall Street. But in the back, you still got the party, that wild, anonymous, permissionless side where the true believers are still experimenting and pushing the boundaries like crazy. All right, let's fast forward a little bit to the mid-future and see where all this is heading. This is the point where the technology gets so deeply woven into everything we do that it becomes basically invisible. But its impact on our daily lives, that becomes absolutely profound. For example, get ready to say goodbye to the password. Seriously, your crypto wallet is on its way to becoming your universal digital key for everything. Just imagine using it to unlock your hotel room or log into a website with no password needed. It's all powered by this incredible privacy tech like zero-knowledge proofs, which lets you prove something like, say, that you're over 18 without ever having to reveal the personal data, like your actual birth date. How cool is that? Okay, next up is a really huge one, the tokenization of real-world assets, or RWA for short. All this means is taking things like stocks, real estate deeds, and bonds and turning them into digital tokens on a blockchain. I mean, think about it. We live in this 24/7 digital world, but the stock market still closes on weekends? It's completely absurd. Tokenization fixes that. The impact here is just revolutionary. When every single asset is a token, the entire world of finance becomes liquid. All the friction just melts away. Imagine you need to fund a home renovation. Instead of a super long loan process, you could just instantly sell, say, 5% of your house deed. Or you could use a tiny little fraction of your Apple stock as collateral to buy a coffee. Everything becomes tradable and usable 24/7. It's a game changer. And this is where it starts to feel like straight-up science fiction. By 2030, it's projected that more than half of all transactions on a blockchain won't be made by humans, not at all. It's going to be AI agents paying other AI agents. Your self-driving car will automatically pay the charging station, your smart fridge is going to order and pay for your groceries. Crypto is, quite literally, the native money for the coming machine economy. Okay, now let's zoom way, way out to the far future. We're talking 10, maybe 20 years from now. This is where things get truly wild, as this technology starts to challenge the very definition of what a nation-state even is. This all kicks off with the radical idea of separating money from the state. The core argument here is that government-controlled currencies, like the US dollar, are basically melting ice cubes. They're constantly losing value because of inflation. But on the other hand, you have an asset like Bitcoin, which is a fixed, scarce resource that no one can just decide to print more of. The really long-term idea is that one day we're all going to look back and think it was completely insane that we let politicians control the money printer. And this leads to an even more mind-bending idea, the network state. The thinking goes, if we have digital money and digital communities, why can't we have digital countries? In the future, your citizenship might not be about where you were born, but about the digital communities you join and the values you share, your affinity. You could live in New York, but be a citizen of the Ethereum network state. Wild stuff. But look, we can't be naive about this. Technology is always a double-edged sword. And there is absolutely a dark timeline for crypto. The next few years are going to be a massive, all-out battle for the future of money itself. And this battle really comes down to two totally competing visions for the future. On one side, you've got public crypto, like Bitcoin. It's open, it's permissionless, meaning anyone can use it without asking for permission. It's owned by you. And on the other side, you've got state-controlled crypto, known as central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. These are permission systems designed from the ground up for surveillance and control by a central authority. The dystopian potential for CBDCs is, well, it's enormous. Just imagine your money being programmed to expire to force you to spend it. Or imagine being blocked from buying a steak because you've already hit your carbon quota for the month. Or what if your funds could be frozen in an instant because your social credit score dropped? This isn't just about tech. This is the fight for financial freedom in the 21st century. So, with all of this change hurtling towards us, the good, the bad, the sci-fi, what's your role in it? How do you even begin to navigate this new world? Let's break down a simple framework to help you think about it. It really just boils down to three core principles. First, sovereignty. You have to remember the golden rule of crypto. Not your keys, not your coins. Learning how to hold your own assets instead of just trusting an exchange is the ultimate act of financial freedom. Second is verification. In a system built on math, you don't need to trust some influencer or a flashy headline. You have the power to verify things for yourself. And third, participation. This is not a spectator sport, folks. The best way to understand this new world is to actually use it. Send a transaction, join a decentralized community. The more you participate, the clearer it all becomes. When you strip it all away, this is the choice right in front of us. This isn't just about a new type of asset. It's a choice between the old world of slow, opaque systems run by powerful gatekeepers and a potential new world of open, transparent protocols that are accessible to literally everyone. And that leaves us with one final question. This new world is being built right now as we speak. You've seen the potential futures, both the amazing and the terrifying, and you understand what's at stake. So the rest is really up to you. Are you just going to be an observer of this change, or are you going to be a builder?